Okay, so here we are in my PE design software. This is version 11, and we are getting ready to finish our word Halloween. So what I want to do is I want to bring in some letter E's. So if I go up here to where it says text and I click on it and pick a letter and then click on my screen, I'm just going to put one E in there and then I'll play around with it afterwards. So I'm going to push enter, and that is obviously not the E that I want. So while it's selected, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go down and I'm going to I'm going to delete this. I've got my cap locks on. That's what I did wrong. So I want to do lowercase. So I'm going to hit this. I'm going to click here and I'm going to push E again. Now I have a lowercase e. Good. Okay. And now let's make it bigger. And then I'm going to come over here and do a drop down. And my software is going to actually show me what a lowercase e looks in all these different fonts. And what I'm looking for is a pretty bold one. I think this one is exactly the one I want. So let's make it even bigger. Okay, so I think that's about the size that I want it to be. So before I do anything else with this, I need to change it to an outline instead of a letter. So if I come up here where it says convert to outline, this is in my text menu. If I'm in the home menu and hit the text menu, this is where I end up over here. I'm going to convert to outline. Now this changes this from a letter to a shape. And if I come in really close with my mouse and click right on the edge of the center of that E, it'll select just the center part and I can hit the delete button and delete that. So I got rid of that, but I still think it looks like an E, but it needs a little bit of work. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to put my edit tool on there so that when I select it, I have all these little squares. And I'm going to move this up. It looks like he's smiling. And then I'm going to delete and delete this. I'm hitting the delete button. And then I'm clicking on this, and I'm dragging it over. So this is just a little bit smaller in here. Just kind of dragging all of these out a little bit more. I'm going to hit my zoom button and I'm going to zoom in really close here. Right there, that is not making the curve I want it to. So if I hit it, it'll add another edit point and I can just click on that. Also, these little parts here, this is what changes the curve, so I can drag them in and drag them out until I get more of the curve that I'm looking for. Sometimes I have problems trying to make these do what I want them to do, but that's more like what I want. Okay, so let's zoom back out again. That looks pretty good. I think that's exactly what I want. Now, before I change this into an applique, I'm going to put some white behind it. So all I'm going to do is hit Shapes, Circle, and draw a big circle to fill in that space right there. And it's yellow. And actually, I think about it, I think I want it to stay yellow. I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to just leave that the way it is. I'm going to click off of it and then come over here. This is my sewing order. I'm going to hit this and drag it up here so it's behind it like that. And then I'm going to go home and select Shapes and a circle. Now, when I pull this circle, it's going to be yellow as well. But now I want that to be black. So I'll make it black. Let's change this back to the select tool. I don't know how I did that. Okay, I'm going to put this so it's a little bit up underneath that. Let's see, maybe we'll put it over here. Yeah, I like it over there better. So now I'm going to actually hit this. See, it combined the two because they're both black. So I'm going to hit the plus sign. I'm going to hit this and I'm going to put it first. And then I'm going to select my E shape and I'm going to hit Applique Wizard. And remember, the software is really good at switching to whatever you were using last. Cancel. I don't know why it did that. So if I was in the home menu, it shows this, but when I'm using a shape, it usually will jump right over here to the shapes menu. But we want to be in the home menu because this is where our applique wizard is. And then I've shown you this before. You want it to do a tack down. You want it to do like a zigzag stitch. And you could actually tell it that you want it to do a tack down here too, but I'm going to leave it the way it is. So it's going to do an applique position, an applique material, and a satin stitch, and say OK. And that looks pretty good to me. That's kind of what I want. So now I'm going to say Control D. So I've got two of them side by side. Oh, it didn't duplicate that. Okay, Control D again. Control D. Now let's come over here and let's put the yellows together. And the blacks together. And this is the tack down stitch. We want that to be with that one. And we want this one to be with this one. And sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between them. Let's see. This is I'm going to come over here and hit color. So that's the applique position one that I've selected. And that's the applique position one. There, now they all went together. That's what I want. Okay, I went out and I came back in again because I was having some issues with my one of these eyes here. This one here just disappeared. And these little eyes that are over here in your sewing order, I'm going to drag this down, make it bigger. You can always make these a little bigger or smaller so you can see more what you're doing. So this one, I accidentally, when it was open, clicked on the eyeball here and made it disappear. So when I had that selected, see the eye right here? I could hit that and it would disappear. See the way that just disappeared? I knew that, but for some reason I couldn't remember how to make it come back again. So this is a good thing for you to know. If you want something to disappear so that it's easier to get in and find something that's underneath it, you can hit it and it'll disappear. And then just come up back up here in the sewing order where the eye is and hit it again and it'll come back. So we're back to where we were. I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to make this small again so I can come over here and see what I'm doing. And I'm going to say save as, and we're going to put this in our embroidery, and I'm going to say EE eyes and save that. So now I've got that saved. Now I've been doing a lot of thinking about this. I'm going to click this and delete it. And I think I just want to put the N at the end of this. We got a lot going on in this table runner, and I think we just a real fun N with some fun Halloween fabric will be fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the alphabets again. We're going to click on the screen and just hit the word N, enter. You know what? Let's delete that. Okay, so forgive me. I went out and I came back in again because I wanted to really start searching through my letters and find the letter that I wanted for the end of our table run or something fun and interesting. And I found this N, and it was in all my alphabets. So if I select this and I go to text, you know that you have probably 125 different fonts that are given to you by Brother. And then under those fonts, you have the all your true type fonts. If I scroll through all of this, I'm down in my true type fonts, and I found this one way down here on the bottom. If you use a true type font, sometimes it doesn't sew out so good as a regular alphabet. But since we're going to make this into an applique, I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to make it the right size. And then I'm going to, I could go to the convert to outline like I did the ease if I wanted to change it, but I don't want to change it. I'm going to do it exactly the way it is. So all I'm going to do is right from here is I'm going to go over here to my applique wizard, hit applique wizard, and then say okay, and I've turned that into an applique. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save that as my N. Let's just go home and save as, and we're just going to make that N in Halloween and save. And so now I think we're all ready to go ahead and finish this up. We're going to applique this in some really fun Halloween-like fabric, and we're going to go ahead and finish up our table runner. So give me a second, get back in my sewing room, and I'll show you what we've done so far. Hello everybody, and welcome to my sewing room. As you can see, I've done a few changes in here. I have a nice big cutting table now that was given to me by one of my customers, Carmen. Thank you so much. This has made sewing a lot easier for me, and it'll give us a little bit more room to do some of our videos on. And I'm back from the computer, and I have finished this table run. And I know it's taken me a long time. I've been working on it since September, and it is November 2nd. So we missed Halloween, but we did get it finished. I'm going to show you a little bit of a close-up of it in a minute, but I got the eyes embroidered out and I got the end done, and I'm very happy with the results. So here is the table runner, its entirety. HA, the candlesticks, LL, this is the O, which is a cauldron, and this is the W, which is the bat. Let's see if we can get a little bit better look at the bat. And then the E, which they do kind of look like little eyeballs. I think they're really cute, and I did them with velvet. So I really like the results with that. And then there's the N, which is just a basic little N applique that's got some spooky Halloween fabric on it. And if you didn't notice when I was showing you the close-up of the table runner, I haven't put the binding on it yet, and I will get that done as soon as I can. And I think this is going to be a gift for my son. My daughter has the other one that we made that we did on the Stellaire. So I hope you enjoyed this project. It did take us a little while to get it finished, but I think it was definitely worth it, and hopefully we learned a whole lot about PE design software. I'm going to keep going on and doing a few more videos. I'd like to do something on the Stellaire to show you how to take a regular embroidery design and turn it into a Christmas ornament that you can stuff and put on your tree, and maybe show you a little bit about how to do a mug rug, because I like mug rugs. They're a lot of fun, and you can also take a regular design that you like and turn that into a mug rug. I'll show you how to do that. And like I said in one of my other videos, I do want to make a Christmas dress, and I might go ahead and do a video about that. So there's a lot of things in my mind. If there's something you've been thinking about that you would like to learn about, just make a comment, send me a message, and like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.